Ladies and gentlemen, there is a bot on chess.com with a dark secret. His name is Martin. If you've ever played chess on chess.com, you probably know who Martin is. If you've never played chess on chess.com, well, now you do. In fact, I don't even think you need an account on chess.com to play against Martin. Martin is Martin. Martin is a father. Martin is a chess enthusiast. Martin is a lover of the game, and he's trying to inspire all of us to be better and do better. Did you know that Martin plays 300,000 chess games every day? He almost has to play 10 million chess games a month. This man is overworked. He doesn't get to spend any time with his family. You know, Squid Game Season 2 just came out. Well, Martin is in the Squid Game equivalent of chess content. Welcome back to the 2025 Chatbot Chess Championship, presented by GothamChess. That's me. In this tournament, we took 8 bots and paired them against each other. If you've missed any of the videos, if you're watching in the future and you have no idea what you just clicked on, go to the playlist and watch all the videos. Here is the bracket. Stockfish defeated Snapchat and Grok defeated Gemini. Today we will crown the third semifinalist. Tomorrow we will have ChatGPT versus Meta AI. And then we will begin the semifinals. Martin versus Copilot. Who's gonna win? Martin is in this competition, and he plays by the rules. He plays by what pieces are out in front of him. These pieces. These chatbots, they don't play particularly fairly. They forget where the position is. They're here for our entertainment. But in today's video, the overworked and underappreciated Martin will have to take on his toughest challenge yet. Martin opens the game with pawn to d3. And he says, it's tough for me to play chess in real life because I'm allergic to wood. I don't know why he doesn't just play with plastic pieces. Copilot responds with e5. In general, these chatbots, they try to take the center. They play relatively principled chess. Let's keep in mind Martin's rating is 200, and these chatbots, I'm not really sure what their ratings are. Martin plays on the second move c3, and already, according to the computer, has Stockfish, by the way, has a disadvantage, right? And that's because he's not really developing the way you traditionally should. Knight c6 is the second move chosen by Copilot. It is good to put knights in the center of the board. Knight f3 and d5. And so far, so good. So far, Copilot is playing pretty well. This is actually called the reversed rat variation. I don't know why it's called that. Speaking of reversed rats, I'm pretty sure I've seen some reversed rats on New York City subway platforms. By the way, if you want to entertain yourself for like 30 minutes after this video, although this video will probably entertain you for a good amount of time, go watch rat video compilations from New York City. It's unbelievable. Knight f6, knight a3. Knight a3 is played, and Martin says, my kids say hi. Now, what Martin doesn't know is maybe there were never any kids in the first place. Maybe it was a Black Mirror type of thing where he wakes up from hallucinations. No, knight a3 is played, and Copilot takes the knight. And you know what I'm saying? Like, bishop takes a3 is a very nice idea. Generally, you don't do stuff like this. You kind of want to put bishops in the center. But the reason that black gives away this bishop in one move is that now white's pawns are split. So white immediately gets doubled isolated pawns. That's what those are called. They are doubled on the edge of the board, and they're isolated because they have no neighbor. They're not very good. And also now this pawn is a weakness, and Copilot castles. Now, so far, I'm pretty impressed with Copilot's play because Snapchat, Grok, Gemini, they all generally develop in the opening and then they play something stupid. And I was expecting that to happen with Martin. And, you know, Martin is one of these bots, like I said, overworked, underappreciated. You know, he tries to make you feel better about your chess. Anytime you're having a down day, you're down rating, you can play against Martin. You can pick up a little bit of confidence. Knight to g5 here is the move Martin chooses. Yeah, look, for anybody watching this, don't just go in and attack somebody with one horse. It's just not going to work. it's a very well protected setup. And h6, and Copilot's like asking a question to the knight. What are its intentions? Its intentions are it can't do anything. It has to go right back. And now basically we have the same position that we had, except the crazy thing is it was white to move here, and now it's black to move. So now black got an opportunity to improve his position, and he can play rook e8 and e4. And the rule of thumb is if the opponent is a couple of moves away from getting castled and so on, right, rook e8, e4, etc. So here we go. Knight back to h2. Yeah. King is in the center. You got to open up the center. But yeah, Martin not doing a great job here. Martin doesn't know what he's up against. He needs to, you know, make it out of the Chatbot Chess Championship to win the prize money, to take care of his family. Bishop to f5, but Copilot is not showing any signs of slowing down. Pieces are in the center of the board. This is how it should look. You got everything developed to the middle, both center pawns, and now Martin plays bishop takes h6, and that is simply a bad move. That is not a good move, and Copilot takes. And I'm still shocked because I'm waiting for Copilot to start making mistakes. Like, it's not supposed to be playing this well. None of these chatbots are that strong. You would think, you know, the whole magic of this event is that Stockfish is going to play all the best moves all the time, but it cannot account for pieces flying left and right. Yeah, well, f3 is played here, and finally, you know, we get a move from Copilot that's weird. It's a king move, but the fact that it even realized it can move its king, like these bots, they don't remember this type. It's like king h7 doesn't really improve black's position at all. And Martin builds for the center with e4. All right, so Martin is done giving up his material. He plays pawn to e4. We are all rooting for Martin. And Copilot plays pawn takes, and trades the queen, and it's doing exactly what you should do. If you are up material, which it is, it's up a bishop, trading your opponent's most powerful piece will absolutely make the game simpler. Now, it will make the game a little harder for black in the sense that black will not be able to use the queen as like a, you know, checkmating attacker, but Copilot forgets about its bishop. And now Martin is back in the game. Pawn takes f5. But he's Martin. He plays bishop e2. You know, supporting Martin is kind of like supporting your favorite sports team that just seems to never get it quite right. It's kind of like being a Dallas Cowboys fan. No disrespect to the Dallas Cowboys, all right? If any of them play chess, it's kind of, you know, I'm just saying. I feel like I watch a lot of sports television and everybody talks about how the Cowboys disappoint them. So bishop takes d1. And now Copilot realizes, oh, my bishop was hanging and I go here. And I'm like, ain't no way Copilot is gonna, oh my God. I don't know what this thing is. I mean, I thought Copilot was just another one of these dumb chatbots. Like, how is it playing 20 moves of perfect chess? It's playing a fantastic game. Okay, it blundered its bishop once, but then it didn't make another mistake. Now it's going to bring its rook, but like at some point it's going to have to forget, and Martin's going to have to be clutch. Martin, it's time to stop being bullied for internet points. Let's begin our comeback. Rook f1. I don't know what that move does, but maybe he's trying to expand on the f file and get counterplay. Copilot makes a king move, and Martin moves the rook back to where it was. Never mind. And now Copilot goes here. How did Copilot even spot this move? This is a very instructive move. You've got weak squares, right? And so one of the ways to utilize your knights, obviously they can come forward, you use what's called the side hop. Like, you get into the position via hopping from the side. Knight h5 is not always a good move, but in this case, both of these squares are up for grabs, and the knight just arrives on the f4 square. It transfers in. It needed to take a layover over here in Heathrow Airport, and now it's just very happily standing around. And Martin does defend himself. Now, by the way, here, this knight is very good. You do not have to trade it, but if you're going to follow the protocol of, I need to simplify the position, yeah, of course, knight takes bishop. White is just very quickly running out of pieces. But okay, bishop e6, g4, nope, Copilot does exactly that. Knight takes, and b6. I am still waiting for the stupid bot to start doing stupid things. And Martin can win. I don't know how many games Martin wins. I don't think it's a lot. All right, like I don't think he wins particularly many games. He might win 1 in 10. Yeah, some of you watching this can't beat Martin. I made a video once called 30 Queens, Can Martin Win? And I beat Martin when he had a 30 Queen advantage. I didn't realize it would have such a negative psychological impact on some of the viewers, because some of the people watching that video were like, I can't even beat him in a regular setup. I should never play chess. But yeah, Martin's doing his best. I'm still rooting for him. Martin, knight c2 back. As long as Martin keeps the pieces safe, keeps them together, he is going to be okay. a5, played by Copilot. King d3, b5. Copilot is not slowing down. It's going to put its rook here. It's going to trade down the pawns. It's going to win an endgame. This is unbelievable. Rook g1, rook b8. It's not teleporting any pieces. It's not breaking any 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dimensional rules. It's just playing a methodical game. h4, trying to go g5. Copilot plays f6, defending the king. You can play g5, but after pawn takes, pawn takes, pawn takes, rook takes, I move my king literally anywhere. It does not matter. King f6 is a good move. Active king in the endgame, particularly when there are less pieces remaining. Yeah, it's great. Then, you know, something like this might happen. King e2 is the move that Martin chooses, and Copilot plays b4. This is insanity. What are we witnessing? This is the most powerful chatbot that we have seen yet. King f2, Martin blundering the pawn on c3, and now the rook goes to b2. I'm not making this up. Like, when I was watching this game, Gemini, Grok, Snapchat, they all do dumb things. Copilot is like as good as Stockfish. This is unbelievable. I mean, poor Martin, he got a really short end of the stick. Knight e3, and the second it moves the knight. Now, the way you win with white here, with black, is you play rook b1, you trade the rook, you bring the bishop here, and you just promote the pawn. Knight d4 is the best move. Copilot, even on the 31st move of the game, is playing knight d4. Sure, it's impressive if Stockfish does it, or Torch, or Leela, or even me. I would have played knight d4. You know, I could beat Magnus Carlsen in this position, all right? A million times out of a million with the black pieces. I know, he's so strong. I could probably beat Stockfish in this position like a million times. This game is over. There is no competition here. It's completely lost, because you just go knight d4, you take this, or you play rook e2, or you play c2, or you play rook b1. Like, g5 is the remaining thing. F takes g5, and even here, even at the very end, Martin just couldn't help himself. He had to lose a rook. He's so dedicated to the craft of just making his opponents feel better. Copilot is 3 moves away from punching its ticket to the semifinals when it blunders its rook. Okay, it blunders its rook, but obviously now it's going to promote. No! It's not promoting. King e2, knight d4 check. Martin, you know, can't even stop the queen because he can stop this, but he can't stop that. King e3, c6. Suddenly Martin's knight escapes being captured, and it looks like Copilot might have a blind spot for the promotion square. Martin takes the pawn. Of course, he's completely lost. The pawn can promote a million times. a4. Now Martin wakes up and goes, ooh, me take horse. And you just take and you win the game. I mean, you get this pawn, the bishop stops the other pawn, and but Copilot plays here. Martin plays knight a1. Now Copilot has to save the pawn. It tries, but Martin is winning! Because now you stop promotion, and after a takes b3, you just do this. You stop both pawns. I mean, it looks like they're queening, but they're not. Take here, and this pawn promotes. Martin's gonna win. Martin's gonna win. Oh my God. Martin just, the one horse, he's just a Bulgarian man with a horse. That's what he is. Martin's Bulgarian. His flag on chest. He's just a Bulgarian man who rides the horse, all right, along the outskirts of Sofia, and he just spends time with his family. He's in this competition. Bishop b3, knight takes b3, king takes g5 on the board. Martin just has to move the knight. But he moves into the wrong square. But Copilot doesn't see it. Copilot is not promoting. It's just not promoting. Martin's not stopping the promotion. Now it's like, it's winning again for white. King d2, Martin, just take the pawn, Martin. No. Martin, why are you programmed to lose? Why are you programmed to make people feel better? Now Copilot forgets. This is the unbelievable part. Copilot forgot that it had a c2 pawn. So Copilot, I swear to you, march this pawn here and still won't promote. But then it did. It's over. There is no way for Martin to save the position now. And Copilot finally wakes up. It realizes that it has a queen and a pawn. Martin's just a man and his horse. Just a man and his horse, ready to lose the game, ready to be eliminated from the competition. King g4, knight back to d5. When in this position, Copilot, of all the queen moves it could have made, queen d2 check is checkmate in 2. The king has to go to the back rank, and you promote by accident, it's mate. Copilot played queen e3, which is such a stupid move because it blunders not just the queen, it blunders a fork. Knight e3, king f4, knight c2, king e4. This is a winning endgame. Why is it a winning endgame? Because the king's got to move, and the second it moves, you come forward, and black is out of time. Black is never winning this pawn. You will blockade, and you will win the game. Knight e3, king b5, king d4. The king can't cross in. You win the pawn. You wait. You slowly maneuver. You win the game. Queen e3 check is incredible. And Martin plays the move. Martin plays the move. Martin plays the move. King to f4. And then Martin goes here. Oh, this is really this is agonizing. Agonizing. Martin was so close. King e4, not even promoting. King e4, Martin's final moment. I really thought this was Martin's game after this because Martin frequently responds to captures with captures. He goes, you took something, let me take something back. But no. Oh. King e2, king e4. Oh my god. When this happened, Martin took both pawns. Martin took both pawns. Martin took both pawns. Martin, that's it. You just got... Okay, it's a draw. Fine. You were supposed to go here. You have to keep the king out. You have to not let this king get there. Because if the king gets there, it's attacking the pawn and the knight. And then you can't move anything. Okay, fine. We went the wrong way. It's just going to be a draw. I mean, right? Or maybe you'll still find a way to win. I mean, it's Copilot. It's obviously going to blunder something. Well, now Martin can't win. And Copilot didn't take the pawn. Oh my god. But now it did. And from this point forward, Copilot realized it has a queen. And just when I thought maybe it would end up blundering another queen, you know. Well, it did. But Martin doesn't have legal checkmating material. You cannot beat somebody with a king and a knight. But the man and his horse, they tried, and they tried. But ultimately, he was just too happy to once again be a pillar of support in the chess community. And Martin was defeated. 88 moves. When Martin took this pawn, I cheered. I couldn't believe it. This friendly man who's just designed to make you feel better about your chess and spread positivity to him, his kids, his wife. He just couldn't help himself. And with that, the tragic tale comes to an end. Our overworked and underappreciated Martin. And we have our third semifinalist. And it is Copilot. Copilot will move on to face the winner of ChatGPT and Meta AI. Stockfish versus Grok will be our first semifinal on the 12th of January. To say I'm devastated is an understatement. I watch this game like watching some of my favorite teams. But Martin, while we do make fun of you, and you deserve it, you are a pillar of the chess community, and we thank you for your service. Imagine this is the first chess video you watch. You probably think I'm like a complete lunatic. Like, what is this dude talking about? Well, there's a playlist for all the other videos of this championship, and I will see you all for the next semifinal. That's all I have for you today. Get out of here.